Welcome back then folks to another day of Forza Horizon 5 builds. This one I decided quite randomly to do because it's a car which I hadn't done before on the Xbox version, the Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR Pro. Obviously, as you can see from the title, nowhere near as quick as many of the other cars, but this is the kind of vehicle where if you do want to use it, you are probably going to need some more top-end speed to get the best out of it. You can barely do anything to this car before you bump it up into X-Class, so I feel like most players will probably have it at that level. So you want the all-wheel drive swap. Incidentally, if you do just want to grab the build straight onto your car on both the Xbox and the PS5, you can obviously just follow the storefront using my gamer tag in the top left. I have pretty much the same gamer tag on PSN and Xbox anyway, just with or without an underscore. But the code for this one is 115442. 474, and then you can just grab exactly what I've done onto the car. If you do prefer to do it yourself though, or make some changes, obviously that's where the video comes in. You can leave the tyres as is, unless you like a different look. I guess there's no real reason to change them though. As far as the tyre width, of course, you want that on the maximum. For the rims themselves, obviously I'd recommend going lightweight. I've gone for the Advans. Again, if you go down to like Dimags, which are here, you've got a myriad, really, of different rims, which are all the lightest technically. As far as the power, you can't do too much to this, just de-restrict it to 1,000 horsepower, so that's nice and simple. I guess it means it's a fairly cheap car, ironically, to modify. As far as the springs, I know some people like to have their drift springs. I've left it as is, because you can already do plenty to it. As far as the transmission, for this one, I've actually left it stock, because with 1,000 horsepower and being that super high revving track day car, a 4-speed just doesn't really suit it. And I would argue you don't really need more gears. You've already got enough to work with, so that's what we're doing here. We've got the racing driveline, of course, and as far as the diff, that is also, unsurprisingly, racing spec. So, if we jump out to the tuning side of things, we've got 1.6 seconds to 60, 3.1 to 100, and on paper 238 miles an hour, or a hair under. In reality, this can actually hit 241. So I'll show you that in a second as always, but we've got 34 psi on the tyres. For the gearing, 2.97, 4.10, 302, 232, 185, 150, and 122. For the alignment, 3 degrees, 1.5 as far as camber. For toe, nothing front and rear. 6 degrees of caster, then 45 and 25 for the anti-roll. Springs are 105, 155, and unsurprisingly the lowest ride height. As far as the dampers, 10, 15, 7 and 10. Aero, you want as low as possible for top-end speed. And as far as the diff, well, as I always say, I don't modify the brakes personally. I know some people like to. And for the diff, 25% front, 75% rear, and a 70% split. So that is it for the build. Nice and simple one. Like I said, it's no way near the quickest of cars for top-end speed, but I don't think most people would be kind of expecting this car to be. And for a vehicle with so much downforce, the top speed actually isn't bad. 1,000 horsepower with a massive aero package and still doing over 240, that's pretty good. So obviously we can show you now in practice on the road what it can do. And this is a fantastic car. It's so much fun to use. The problem with cars like this in a game like Horizon is basically the same problem as driving something like a Mercedes CLK GTR in TDU. It's a fantastic track car, but in a game which favours top-end performance so much, it can sometimes fall behind. If you do use this in the right circumstances though, it is an absolute weapon. So if you decide to use this version of the build and make, your own changes, etc., then of course I hope you enjoy it. If you do want to check out my hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other builds in the game, like 500 or something, then you can follow me in the game to see all of those. And of course, if you prefer to do it yourself, check out the videos and follow the channel here on YouTube for that. I'll see you later on today though with more, and for now, thanks for watching.